got Sharp, Anthony Black out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's MP, and it's Buffkin in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group for Golden State as we kick off.
To all the and the $100 billers. Be born again. Step into the unknown.
And here are the Kings now. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Yeah, they seem unfazed by the hostile environment. I mean, just look at how efficiently they shot the ball.
Gordon out there with Sharp. Then it's MP. Then there's Black. And it's Buffkin in at the 2. That's the group.
He's not a fire drill, the real thing. Guys like me put it down for God, expose lies like me.
Knocked loose. Stolen by MP. Taking a look at the Kings. They've got Precious Achua, and it's Jang in at the 5.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Well, to play great defense, teams have to provide help. But how do you avoid overhelping?
It's a great question, BA, and it's like anything in the game. Basketball is a game of decisions. I think people look at it and they talk about athletic ability and they talk about skills, which are both important. But the best players and the best teams are the best decision makers, and the same thing goes as the when to help and when to stay home on shooting.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Cavaliers just played phenomenal. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and that's not to mention the fact that by the end of the night, he had a triple-double. And really, it's a game that will stand out when you look at his career, considering how absurd some of those numbers are. Guys?
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Greg.
Yeah, BA, I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Here's Rollins. The Warriors getting their last shot to go. Outside Achua. Pass to Jang. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Simpson. Can they get it? The Warriors pull it in. Austin's got 6 rebounds in the game. To the paint. And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Buffkin. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. Buffkin's got his first 3 points of the game.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Here's Rollins. No points so far. Over to the wing. Here's Simpson. That three's off the mark.
You gotta credit the defense this period. They've been all over him.
Screen by Gordon. Here's Austin. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Austin's got 4 points this quarter.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
The Kings have got nothing to go in this quarter. 0 for 5. Pass to Goodrich. Here's Rollins. Here's Simpson. Again, the miss by the Kings.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Here's Simpson. 9 points last game. You know, Greg, a lot of the best scorers do what's called punting, looking to create contact with the defender that they've zeroed in on.
Yeah, and that can be a legitimate technique to really negate a shot blocker. But when the offensive player basically initiates all the contact, we could do without some of those cheap foul calls against the defender.
Shot about there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's MP. Then there's Anthony Black. And it's Puffkin in at the 2 spot. That's the Warriors 5. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Cavaliers was tremendous. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. What a game for him.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
And so in the game for the Kings, they've got Precious Achiuwa, and it's Rollins in at the 2-guard spot. A good chunk of the season is past us now, Grant. I'd imagine the wear and tear is adding up for some players.
Yeah, it varies from guy to guy. You know, vets are usually dealing with something just from playing so many years. But, BA, the rookies, they're learning now what it takes to be in NBA condition. They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against Cleveland played phenomenal. He had an unbelievable amount of points and put up double digits in 3 categories. He was a force of nature in that game. He made the opposition look utterly helpless.
Allie, we appreciate the update. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, BA. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
Well, that's a fantastic view there from the AT&T Connected Cam. Gordon brings the double team. And so here's Sacramento. Nothing on offense from them yet in the second quarter. Sacramento passing it around. Achiuwa against Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Goodrich. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. Simpson.
And they've gone to the full court press here, looking to make things as difficult as possible and maybe force a turnover or 2.
So with George on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Goodrich is out there with Precious Achiuwa. Then there's Rollins, and it's Simpson in at the point. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Cleveland played phenomenal. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. He just went out there and played his game, absolutely owning the opposition in the process. Back to you guys.
Allie, we appreciate the update. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
And although it's still early in the season, Greg, what kinds of storylines have caught your attention so far?
How the All-Star voting is shaping up. All-Star appearances are mentioned on a player's resume, especially when they retire. So these guys want to be one as many times as possible.
And here is Achiuwa. Following the three-pointer by MP. 6 to shoot. Here's Rollins.
I like this move to the full court press, putting some extra pressure on the offense.
Aaron Gordon is out there with Sharp. Then it's Anthony Black. Then it's MP. And it's Buffkin in a 2-guard. That's the Warriors 5. Now here's Achua. 8 points in his last time out. Well, every team is looking for wings who...
SC Trill, man, you already know the deal, huh?
And stolen by MP. We've got Gordon. Also, Black out there. MP out there with Sharp. And it's Pumpkin in at the shooting guard position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And you think about the importance, RJ, of awareness and basketball IQ. What about players who don't have that, but are immensely talented?
Well, they still have to grow their IQ, and that can take time, because if you make too many mistakes, it will cap your minutes.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Cavaliers was tremendous. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and that's not to mention the fact that by the end of the night, he had a triple-double. And the entire NBA talking about his performance. It was that special. Can he do it again? We'll see, guys.
All right, Allie. Great stuff as always. Instruct.
Taking a look at Sacramento, we've got Achua, and it's Goodrich in at the 3. And it's already hard enough to play D in this league. Some people feel that traveling has gotten out of control, Coach.
Well, I don't know if it's gotten out of control, B.A. I think the referees do a pretty good job on traveling. I think what's important for the referees is they have to be able to determine which travel calls gain a guy an advantage and which ones you could let go because they have no effect on the clock.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Cavaliers was tremendous. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he registered a triple-double, showing off all of his skills. Such an impressive effort. The team relied on him, and he delivered.
That's good stuff, Allie. It was obvious he could do anything he wanted. A fantastic win.
Well, I'll tell you, he was enjoying himself out there, kind of like us here in the broadcast booth. And whoever was matched up against him wasn't enjoying themselves.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Here's Simpson. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. He's off on that one. Oh, great D that time from MP.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Shot is good by Gordon.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
Here's Rollins. Still no points. Here's Simpson. Good D by MP.
Oh, nice job protecting the rim. Turning an easy bucket into a miss.
Personal foul, first team foul.
And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Warriors.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
And it's a completely new group for the Kings.
You know, so far, I'm pretty impressed with MP's attitude. He doesn't seem like a young hothead. He knows he's got a lot of work to do on his game.
Now here's Hachimura. Taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game.
$16,000 square, 8 million up there, 2 million down here.
What are you laughing at, Jesse?
Look at you.
I'm putting this on fully lit.
Now George, still yet to score. So we've seen the NBA, Tim, embrace analytics more and more over time. That's something you caught on to early in your career.
Well, there is no doubt, Kevin, that they're starting to go more to the analytics. The eye test is really important when you look at just what makes good basketball. But the numbers sometimes can tell you things you didn't even realize as a coaching staff.
As a broadcaster, what numbers do you look at normally right off the top? What things are telltales for you?
One thing that I really look at as opposed to individual plus-minus, give me that group of 5 plus-minus. That way I know which units are really getting it done together.
Oh, I love it. On the floor for Sacramento, George is out there with Carter. Then it's Rui Hachimura. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Sabonis in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now let's take it.
It's a free gift. Get down.
I like this move to the full court press, putting some extra pressure on the offense.
Taking a look at Sacramento, Rui Hachimura is out there with DeMar DeRozan. Then there's Keontae George. Then it's Domantas Sabonis. And it's Carter in at the 2 spot. With a good chunk of the season in the books, Richard, are you keeping an eye on the trade deadline coming up?
Yeah, it's not too far away to start throwing some of those ideas into the good old trade machine. But I like to be respectful to the players and not speculate too much. There's a lot more involved than just moving players.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Cavaliers just played phenomenal.
Got $100 million on my to-do list.
Nice adjustment there, going to the full court press, trying to ratchet up the pressure here a little bit.
They've got MP. Porter is out there with Nick Richards. Then there's Brandon Page.
We've got 1:48 left to play in the half. Taking a look at the Kings, DeMar DeRozan is out there with Rui Hachimura. Then it's Domantas Sabonis. Then there's Keontae George. And it's Carter in at the shooting guard. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Cavaliers was tremendous. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he did everything else you could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. His numbers from that game jump off the stat sheet. He was just superb. Guys, let's see if he can do it again.
Great report there, Allie. It'll be interesting to see if he can heat up once again tonight, Grant.
Yeah, you know he wants to do exactly this, BA. Just needs to continue to play with the same fire and energy.
Well, I expect they'll go to him early here, hoping for a repeat performance.
Well, they're clicking on all cylinders right now, beginning to pull away.
I like their offensive approach. They've been aggressive, but under control.
Here's DeRozan. His last outing, he had 24 points. George finds Sabonis. Outside Carter. Sabonis outside. Shot clock at 5. For 3, George. Pajimski grabs the board. Pajimski's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Still searching.
Oh, how about that?
Oh, out of my way.
Okay, young man. We see you, MP. We know you're for real.
Thanks for that great view, courtesy of the AT&T Connected Cam. They desperately want to stop this run.
Might be time to switch things up.
And they've gone to the full court press here, looking to make things as difficult as possible and maybe force a turnover or two.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's George for three. That doesn't go either for George. Pajemski finds MP with the shot. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. MP's got 59 points. DeRozan with it. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. MP getting it done for the Golden State Warriors. He's looking to make history here today. Who knows how many points he'll end up with when it's all said and done. Right back after this break.
You know what time it is. It's time for your favorite half-court shot. Please direct your attention to center court. Drum roll, please. And this thing up the shot.
Hello, everybody. Coming into halftime, MP has really put his mark on this game.
He couldn't be more confident, really leading the way, looking to attack every time he gets the basketball.
Plus, you love the way MP can read the defense and find a weakness. And shifting our focus now, a breakdown of the injuries around the league.
Hard to play the same way.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
Nick Richards out there with Kuminga. Then it's MP. Then there's Brandon Pajemski. And it's Porter at the shooting guard position. That's the Warriors 5. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Cavaliers was tremendous. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. Putting in a performance like that one really builds momentum in your direction. We'll see how far he rides that wave tonight, guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks. It certainly was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win.
Baseline, melodies, got me in the chokehold. All day, all night, can we lose control? Baseline, melodies, got me in the chokehold. All day, all night, can we?
They've got MP. Kuminga is out there with Nick Richards. Then there's Brandon Pajemski, and it's Porter in at the shooting guard position. That's the Warriors 5. I've wondered, of all the things you can teach players, can you teach great passing?
I really don't think you can, B.A. You can teach solid fundamental passing. You can teach guys to make fewer mistakes by better use of fundamentals. But the great passers have great vision, and I just don't think that's something you can teach. I think that's something that guys gain over their time and experience playing the game of basketball.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Cavaliers was tremendous. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and that's not to mention the fact that by the end of the night, he had a triple-double.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. On the floor for Sacramento, Sabonis is out there with Rui Hachimura. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Carter. And it's George in at the 1 spot. Tim, when you think about how the game is currently being played, how hard do you think it is to defend?
It's a lot tougher than it used to be because you have much more ground to cover defensively with the number of three-point shooters that are on the floor, plus the number of guys that understand how to draw fouls.
And the league changes, don't they, in the way they officiate, so that is kind of an ever-changing way to grasp what you do on the defensive end.
Yeah, the league has tried to help defenders, give them a little bit more leeway because of how difficult it is to defend this level of skill.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Cavaliers was tremendous. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he registered a triple-double, showing off all of his skills. He was clearly on a mission, and no one was getting in his way. A flat-out dominant performance.
Nice work there, Allie. Thank you. He was in attack mode all night. We saw that really propelled them to that win.
When he's on, he is on. And there isn't all that much you can do to stop him.
Well, he did whatever he wanted. I love the fact that he was under control, yet very aggressive.
Now, here's Sabonis. Left side, George. 5 on the clock. Here's DeRozan. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. DeRozan's got 5.
That's their first make out of 5 attempts. It's got to be a relief.
Porter kicks to MP. Here's Richards.
The Warriors have gone an impressive 5 of 5 so far in the third quarter. Nick Richards out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then there's Brandon Kuczynski, then it's MP, and it's Porter in it to 2. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. When you think of versatile bigs, Sabonis comes to mind pretty quickly, RJ.
He's at the top of the list in that regard. Capable of scoring on all 3 levels while also hitting the boards hard. And his passing, well, that's what makes him special.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Cavaliers just played phenomenal. He dropped an amazing number of points and put up double digits in 3 categories. And really, it's a game that will stand out when you look at his career, considering how absurd some of those numbers are. Guys?
Oh, great stuff, Allie. Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
And so here's Sacramento, following the score by Golden State. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Sacramento passing it around. 5 to shoot. And here's Sabonis outside. The Warriors pull it in. Austin's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Now here's George. He's scoreless. Pass to Sabonis. And again, unable to change momentum here.
And this is the type of game you just throw away as a player. He has yet to score a point and looks completely flustered.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
And so here's Sacramento. Hachimura outside. Pass to DeRozan. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. DeRozan's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Kind of surprising to see this from DeRozan, but he must have been feeling that competitive fire.
Nice shot by Kuminga.
It's been a perfect start coming out of the half. I mean, you have to really love the execution.
And here's George. They'll bring it up for the Kings. Hachimura outside. DeRozan outside. George left side. The 3.
SC Trill, man, you already know the deal, huh? Yeah.
Hey, got about 300 on me. That ain't no. That's 300.
And here's George. Scoreless thus far. Stan, you and, well, your whole family, masters of defensive coaching. So with that in mind, what makes a great defender?
Wow, that is a great question, Kevin, and a complicated one in a lot of ways. Number one, length and athletic ability really help you. Guys who can move their feet and have great length can cover up a lot of mistakes. But then there's the fundamentals and your ability to move your feet and great focus and determination.
They've got Michael Porter. Kuminga out there with Nick Richards. Then it's MP. And it's Pajemski in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Golden State. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie Laporte.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Cleveland played phenomenal. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. And with the flashy numbers he put up in that one,